December 12, 2022. The Hornets visited the Mile High City during this regular season game, and though the Nuggets were the heavy favorites for this one, this guy right here didn't hold back in destroying the boys wearing teal in every way possible. I mean, he bullied them as if they were high school kids.
14 went 6 for 6, since 0 for 5 as Jokic goes around the corner, no, tip it, and scoring differential. Now Jokic, remember Mason Plumlee went out with foul trouble.
Toyed around them with fancy dimes.
The Golden State Warriors now 42 points in the paint. Long lead pass. KCP out of the Now Jokic has it. Wheels around right there.
And he even channeled his inner Steph Curry just to mess with them.
Jokic, the three. 5-point lead here. Jokic shoots another.
When the final buzzer went off, Nikola Jokic had a field day against the poor Hornets squad. He racked up an insane triple-double consisting of 40 points, 10 assists, and a career high of 27 rebounds on 50% shooting from both the field and three. See, for someone who got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial, we can safely say that Nikola Jokic has come a long way. A 5-time NBA All-Star, a 2-time MVP, a Finals MVP, and a recently crowned NBA champion. Jokic defied the odds and has transformed himself from being a chubby coca-cola-guzzling kid into the baddest player on planet Earth. That 40-point triple-double you saw earlier was just a taste of what Nikola Jokic is truly capable of. And besides that, here's a couple more games where he convinced the world that he's the real frickin' deal. Anyways, let's kick off this list by revisiting the blockbuster matchup between the Suns and the Nuggets last Christmas. Both teams were fighting for the top spot in the West around this point, so everyone expected that this was going to be a tightly fought contest until the final buzzer. Throughout the 4 quarters, both teams exchanged haymakers as they tried to deliver the knockout blow to one another. And amidst all that, Jokic made his presence felt by dominating like he used to.
I'm in the game.
Jokic. Jokic 3.
The game eventually went to OT, and when the Nuggets needed someone to pull them through, Jokic showed up in the crucial moments by delivering 3 consecutive winning plays.
Aaron trying to keep it in play. Jokic has it. Back to Gordon. Straight turnover. Jokic finds Caldwell Pope. Weeks.
The Joker rallied his crew to victory 128-125 and racked up another monster triple-double of 41 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists, making him just the 3rd player in league history to achieve such a feat, behind Oscar Robertson and James Harden. During the post-game interview, Aaron Gordon couldn't believe what Jokic pulled off and had only this to say about his otherworldly performance.
Sick. It's unreal. It's really like video game numbers. That's what me and my friends joke about all the time. It's like numbers you can't even put up in 2K.
Now, this was not the last time Jokic put his big boy pants on against the Suns, because in last year's playoffs, the Joker made a fool out of these guys yet again. During Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals, the Suns pulled all the tricks in trying to contain the Serbian slowpoke, but to no avail. And later on, Jokic actually turned the tide against them and grilled them like hot barbecue chicken.
To assist Booker and Durant. Here comes Jokic banging bodies with Ayton. Contact! Murray feeds the post. Jokic thought about the 3. Now Porter's going to pull. Jokic bangs into Booker.
Regardless of whether he was double or triple teamed, no living soul was able to stop Jokic on that evening, as he went on to finish with 53 points on 66.6% shooting, along with 11 assists and 4 rebounds. He also shot 50% from 3 and knocked down 11 free throws to show the Suns who's their real daddy. Now, if you think that performance was crazy, wait till you hear this next one. In another regular season game on January 6, 2020, the Joker was on his path to destruction once again, this time at the expense of the Atlanta Hawks. It was another gritty and grindy game on the road for the Nuggets, and Jokic was already in his element early on as he dropped 18 points just in the first quarter alone. With no legit big man in their corner, the Hawks sent Alex Len to guard the 2-time MVP, and let's just say that their strategy wasn't quite effective, because Jokic, well, he just ate him alive.
And he's been in that role ever since. Jokic just fine. Monty Morris in to take Murray's spot, and Jokic goes to work against Alex Len. Well, that's a lot of contact. Banging with Alex Len. Goes to the left.
And when Len was not around, Jokic continued to throw his weight around to whoever was in front of him.
12-109. Jamal Murray Left alone, misses, tipped by Jokic. Comes up with it. Jokic banging with Vince.
Jokic and his mile-high crew came away with the W, and in the process, the Joker tallied 47 points on 16 of 25 shooting from the field, rounding it up with 8 boards, 5 dimes, 2 steals, and a block to complete another crazy stat line. Now, on top of this, he also didn't turn the ball over in this particular game, which allowed him to be named the 3rd center in NBA history behind Shaq and Moses Malone to record 45-plus points with 0 turnovers. Anyways, as impressive as that performance was, that's actually nothing if you compare it to what he did in this next game. Let's go back to January last season and relive the matchup between the Nuggets and the Clippers, with MPJ and Jamal Murray both out due to injuries. The Clippers thought they could just barge through the doors of the Nuggets' home floor and easily steal one. However, they forgot that the Nuggets still had the monster from Sombor, and as expected, Jokic made his presence felt to cover for the loss of their 2 great scorers. First, he showered some threes to give the defense something to think about.
Game of a 6-game homestand, Jokic firing.
He's one of the most underrated big men in this league.
Passionately. Yes, now I'm going to be.
Then, when he had enough of those, the Joker went back to his old ways and punched them from the inside.
For the Denver Nuggets, Jokic goes quick again. Nice little. Jokic fouled on his drive up top. Crosses, big body bends.
Despite Jokic's dominance from inside and out, the Clippers managed to force the game into overtime. However, that's all they could ever do, because during the crucial moments of OT, Jokic was there yet again to save the day as he delivered back-to-back winning plays to finally seal the deal.
Don't foul. And Zubac looked like he was trying to do something out there. 5 on the shot clock. They double team him late. Cross court. Gordon for the lead.
Behind Joker's heroic efforts, the Nuggets squeezed away with a 130-128 win versus the Clippers, and along with that, the Joker racked up another insane triple-double with 49 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists in 41 minutes of play. Now, I know you only ever see a stat line like that whenever you play 2K, but trust me when I say this, there's actually one game that tops it all off, which catapulted Jokic's status as the monster among men. I mean, if Chamberlain had 100 and Kobe had 81, this just might be Joker's greatest single-game masterpiece. On March 6, 2022, against the New Orleans Pelicans, the Nuggets just blew a 21-point lead and saw their coach getting ejected in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Now, with no one to turn to, the Joker carried the team on his broad shoulders in the 4th to cut down the lead.
The high-producing guards.
Now Jokic. He's in go to work. Jokic powered. Jokic on the move.
Jokic eventually willed his team into overtime. Now, as expected, the Nuggets rallied behind him throughout the entire OT, and when the moment shined the brightest, Jokic stepped up to the plate and delivered the coup de grace to send the Pelicans packing.
39, 11, and 10. Here he goes again. Nearly traveled, 4 to shoot. Jokic puts up a prayer. Monte Morris. Jokic, 16.
When the final horn sounded, Jokic arguably tallied the most efficient triple-double in NBA history. 46 points on 72.7% shooting from the field, 60% from 3, along with 12 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals, and 4 blocks. With that kind of ridiculous stat line, this was actually the best game that Jokic had so far in his career, with a 48.7 game scoring according to Basketball Reference. And from the looks of things, I'm pretty sure that this isn't going to be the last one for the 2-time MVP. Well, there you have it, folks. What's your favorite Jokic moment? Let us know in the comments below. If you're down to see more Nikola Jokic content, we've got that for you right here. Go ahead and click it. It's free.